Hi, everyone. Uh, nice to see you all. Okay, is my slides ready? Please let me know if you can hear me clearly. Can you hear me clearly? What about now? I need to make noise now. Okay, is my stuff ready? Yep, the non-technical guys were here. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. So right now I'll be talking about DAOs, right? Uh, and I'm sure if you're someone like me, that you're quite curious about how you can make money in Web3 and how you can also make contributions in Web3 space. Now, this is the best way, or one of the best ways to contribute in the Web3 space. Now, DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organizations. Please, I want to confirm if you can still hear me clearly. Please, can you increase, because I don't know how to make this for you. If you can increase the volume of this. Okay, okay. Yeah, are we good now? Are we good now? Aha, thank you. Okay, so I said DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organizations, right? So while we're coming, my friends and I were just discussing. So I'm from OAU, right? I just finished my degree in OAU. So when my guys and I were coming for this event this yesterday, so this morning we are just thinking about, how we can build more streams of income, right? Personally, I'm here for the money. You know, if you're here for the tech, can I see? Oh, I see we're all here for the money. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, so we're just thinking about okay, how can we build more streams of income, right? Of course, what I do is I do designs. So I do visual designs, I do product designs, and that's what I've been doing for the past 4 years. And we're just thinking that okay, how can we build more streams of income? Bro, I want to make good money. I want to make, $10K per month. I want to make 20K per month. And if you're like me, they're just into product design, I guess. And if you're searching for jobs just in Nigeria, if you're just in Nigeria, at a point, location is also a disadvantage. Do you agree with me? Yeah. So if you're applying from Nigeria, of course, your recruiter can say that, oh, sorry, we won't move forward. We like your portfolio, but we'll not move forward because of your location, right? And I mean, that's so sad, right? So sad. So let's just say that as a product designer from Nigeria, you're probably making about $2,000 per month. I think that's fair enough, right? And of course, you want to live big. You want to, drive big cars. You want to, flex, right? You want to be a big boy and a big, lady. And as we're just thinking about, okay, how can we build more streams of income? So I'm happy to tell you right now that if you're with me, if you listen to what I'm going to talk about right now, you will make money by just contributing to DAOs. All right. So yeah, uh, what are DAOs? I said DAOs are decentralized autonomous organizations. So an example of a DAO is Aragon. Do you know? Has anybody heard about Aragon? Please, I want this to be very, very interactive because we're all not non-technical persons, and the goal is to make sure that you know while you have when you have your skills, you can also make money with your skills, right? So there's Aragon, there's MakerDAO, there's Bankless DAO, there's Juicebox DAO. There's so many DAOs, right? So how did DAOs come about? So next slide. Yeah. Next slide. Okay, I'll just continue. Okay, yeah. The DAO was born in the Ethereum community. So there was a time that some stakeholders in the Ethereum community they came together and they were thinking of a way to allow projects pitch their startups, their Web3 startups, and then look for a way to fund their project. So it was more like a crowdfunding It was more like a decentralized crowdfunding platform where if you're building a Web3 project, you can just go there, right? Pitch your businesses to the Ethereum stakeholders, and then they fund you with Ether, right? So this was the first DAO, and the name then was called the DAO, and it was born in the Ethereum community. Next slide. Yep. So, well, initially, the topic I was supposed to talk about is exploring the future of decentralized governance. But right now, we're talking about understanding DAOs and how to contribute to DAOs. So that's me, Odebunmi, co-founder, SpaceVent, and that's my ENS as well, Fiyinfoluwa. Next slide. Yep. So how DAOs are revolutionizing decision making and collaboration. So in traditional companies, where you probably do not have a final say on how the company is run, right? So the people who actually make these real decisions are, the top guys, the top Gs, like the CEO and the board of directors, right? But in DAOs, we all have equal rights to make decisions. So if you're thinking about a solution, maybe to a protocol, you can actually suggest that idea, and your idea can be implemented in these DAOs. So, like I said, there's Aragon, there's Deep DAO, and there's Nation 3. Okay, next slide. Yeah, that's my Twitter. I do, like I said, I do product and design. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, so if no one owns Ethereum, how then are decisions about past and future changes to Ethereum made, right? So just basically telling us about collaboration, how contributors collaborate, and yeah, and they make decisions to how Ethereum is run. This is this thing working? It's not working. So next slide. So I'm just showing you like the basics of DAOs. We're still going to the main business, which is how can I actually make this money from DAOs, right? Yeah, decentralized governance is a way of making decisions in a fair and equal manner where no one person has all the power. Next slide. Okay, so imagine a group of people working together on a big project, like building a tree house instead of having one person in charge who makes all the decisions. Everyone in the group gets a say in what the tree house should look like and how it should be built. So now look at the DAO as a company, right? Where not just one person has the final say. So like we are all seated in this room, we actually have equal rights to make decisions and to collaborate as a team in a DAO, right? I don't want to go deep into all these things. Let's just go practical. So I'll start by telling a story. Now I'm a person I've been contributing to DAOs since 2021, and that's what I've been doing full time even up to now. So I've been in uh, top DAOs like Rarible DAO. I'm sure they have an NFT marketplace. That's Rarible NFT marketplace. Yeah, yeah, thanks. So they have a marketplace, NFT marketplace, just like OpenSea. And so I just joined the. Anyways, I was just curious. My friend and I, that's Israel Rex. So we're just traveling to Lagos one time for an event, and they were just curious about how we can, you know, make our skills work, right? Just to contribute. And we learned that. Then we started researching about DAOs, right? And then we got to know about Aragon, and then we got involved in Aragon. And what we just did was we just introduced ourselves, what we can do, and immediately they started telling us, how we can start contributing, and that was it. And at the end of the day, they were paying us good money, right? I mean, really good money. And that was probably the first time I would express such thing. You just basically start working on something without going through an interview process or anything. So that's what DAOs are all about for real. All you have to do is get your skills ready, and then look for the DAOs you want to contribute in, and then get involved in a DAO, and that's it. Uh, it doesn't require you to, go through interview process, just the normal ways, the way it's done in the traditional companies where you go through series of interviews. Some people go through like 4 interviews. I mean, in DAOs, you don't need to go through any interview. All you need to do basically is to just say what you can do and just start contributing, right? Yeah, so on-chain versus off-chain governance. So on-chain governance is where decisions are made, but on-chain using smart contracts. An example of that is Snapshot. Have you ever heard of Snapshots, or have you ever used Snapshots rather? If you're here, if you've used Snapshots, can you just raise your hands? So nobody have ever used Snapshot. Okay, you. Okay, good. All right, then there's also the off-chain governance, which is not on-chain right now. So an example is Forum. So if you've used Forum, Forum is an example of off-chain governance where people just write out proposals and people just vote on which one should pass and which one should not pass, right? Yeah. So I'm still just talking about decentralized governance, and I will still, go straight into DAOs. So this one says, while at the protocol level, Ethereum governance is off-chain, many use cases built on top Ethereum, such as DAOs, use on-chain governance. So DAOs actually use on-chain governance. I've said that I said that anyone here can make, uh, we can all collaborate together and make something work. I mean, an example is to actually build a protocol. And if someone does not have the final say, like a CEO, right? If there's nothing like a CEO that makes the final decision, so how then are these decisions made? And so how decisions are made is just basically by using on-chain governance, where someone can write out a proposals, and then people can vote for the proposals to pass or not to pass, right? So who is involved in DAOs? So there are users, protocol developers, validators, stakeholders, token holders, community members, and governance facilitators. So how can I get involved? Is first you understand decentralized governance, join a DAO, acquire tokens, engage in community discussions, and participate in governance proposals, and also participate in voting. So tools used for decentralized governance are Aragon, like I mentioned earlier, snapshots, governance tokens, MakerDAO, Collabland, NoCSafe, Multisig. Uh, yeah, I think that's a reasonable working. Yeah, so let's just go practical, which is, contributing to DAOs. So yeah, the first thing you need to actually do is get a skill. Now you want to sell yourself, so you need to have a skill. Of course, if you don't have any skill, how can you contribute to DAOs? How can you then make money? So the first thing is to get a skill or acquire as many skills as possible. So it might be front end development, it might be product design, it might be digital marketing, it might be uh, what else? Smart contract development, smart contract uh, auditing, and etc. So that's the first thing you need to do, right? Now, second thing you need to do is you need to build a solid portfolio, right? So the thing is, the competition is very high, right? I mean, well, some people are actually here to look for jobs and to get jobs. Am I right? Yeah. So the competition is very high. You're competing with people from India, from China, from USA, and from some other African countries. So you need to make sure that your portfolio is very, very solid. I mean, very, very solid. So if you're a designer like me, I would use a portfolio website like Dribble, like Behance, you know, and the goal is to make sure that my portfolio is very solid, so that when I get these jobs and they ask me for my past projects, I can, convince them that yeah, I'm this man for the job, right? So that's the second thing you need to do. And then I think the third thing you need to do is I think you need to actually sit down and decide yourself what exactly do I want? What do I want to do? So if you're like me that is just targeting Web3 communities and DAOs, I'll start looking for DAOs, right? So an example of a place to find these DAOs are DWork. If you have used DWork, this is a practical section, right? Right? So I think I want you to be very, very interactive. So we can as well gain something from this presentation. So if you've used DWork, right? Can you no DE work? Has anybody used? Yeah. Okay. Who else? I mean, we're all hustlers, right? Ah, okay. I mean, that's why we're doing this. So, yeah, if you visit dwork.xyz, you would see so many DAOs that you can contribute in, right? I mean, we all have skills, and I'm sure that I know that it is quite hard to get jobs. It is very, very hard to get jobs right now that the competition is very high, and then the normal Web2 or even Web3 jobs are even laying off some people, right? And this is why we have DAOs, and I'm sure that there's so many people here that they've still not they're not aware that there are things they can do. Like you can actually join a DAO, right? You contribute and then you make money. So an example, just to inspire you is so there was this guy, he's a designer, he's even a junior designer. He joined Juicebox DAO. So Juicebox DAO is a crowdfunding a Web3 crowdfunding platform where you can post your project and then people can donate, to you just like Gitcoin. If you know Gitcoin, please. Yeah, I know I'm speaking to Web3 guys, Web3 OGs. So, yeah, all these things are not new. Yeah, so that's what Juicebox does. And these guys just came and it was just like, okay, hi, my name is Lawrence. I'm a UI UX designer. This is what I can do, and this is what I can do. And before you know it, they gave the guy, access to the GitHub, and then he started, working. And so how it works is after you get involved, they tell you to write a proposal. So in DAOs, you actually decide how much you want to be paid. I mean, that's amazing, right? So you tell them that for this thing I'm doing, I want to be paid $5,000, and then people will vote, right? Should we pay? What's your name, sir? So should we pay Adela $5,000 or not? They will now vote yes or no. That's amazing, right? So this guy did something. He just worked on what did he even work? I think he worked on a landing page design. That's what he worked on. And then they told him to write a proposal. How much will we pay you for this thing you've done? Then this guy wrote a proposal, and I think the pay then was 2,500 per week. Yeah, are you surprised? Who said for where? Yeah, I can show you, bro. I can show you that proposal. Yes, he wrote the proposal, and the proposal was pay me 2,500 per week. And yes, this guy, they voted yes for him. I was in part of people that voted yes for him because my guy is a Nigerian guy, and what just the two Nigerian guys there. And I was surprised that what is Rancho here? Oh, he's not here. Rancho and I were discussing in our room, right? That's OAU. That how can someone be paid $2,500 per week? Are you working for Facebook or you're working for Twitter? How come? And for real, this guy was getting paid about 8K per month. I'm surprised that was no interview, nothing. No, go to your phone, go to juicebox.xyz. You see what I'm talking about. That's what they are doing, and that's what this guy did. That's what this guy did. So I was surprised that wow. Then I also tried what he did. So I just spoke to someone in the community and I was like, oh yeah, I also do design, blah blah blah, and this is what I want to do. And I also wrote the proposal, right? I was scared at first because I was like, 25 is too much per week. Why would I? So I wrote something about, I think what I wrote was $1,000. And someone reached out to me that that's the DM that no, it's too small. Like it was too low. That no, they want to make sure that I'm compensated well. And for you, I didn't do so much. I just did one or two things, and the guy went to change what I wrote, and he changed it to $2,500. That was my first time of earning that big thing at once, right? So, I mean, I'm sure some people assume they still don't know how, I mean, what all these things are. And this is me telling you that, yes, it is very, very possible, right? Um, I think that's all I'm just here to talk about, right? So, if you're very much interested in contributing to DAOs, I mean, you are very good to leave your traditional companies, right? I will bet with you that if you get into uh, if you contribute in bankless DAO here, can you raise your hand up? My guys are here. Okay, that's one. Cisco, yeah, is a contributor at bankless DAO. Who else? Okay, he also contributes at bankless DAO. So we have all been contributing bankless DAO for about 2 years now, right? Yeah, and we're making our money every month. No interview, no what else again? No, they will lay you off soon. Nah, doesn't work like that. Nobody's laying you off. This is decentralized. Yeah, so thank you all for listening to my speech. So now, because this is very practical, right? And my goal here is to make sure that everybody here gets involved in DAOs and leave your traditional companies and come to DAOs, come and make the real money. If you're a writer, yes, I bet you make $5,000 easily. If you know how to write, I think it's even the best way to make money from DAOs. Write a very solid proposal, post it on snapshots. They will vote yes for you. Yeah, that's how it works. So, questions. There's a question over there. Can we get him a microphone?
Hello. So, I just want to know, like, this is just a basic question. I mean, for those of us that are intro tech, right, who are just very new into the system. I mean, we just started reading what is HTML. Um, how can we to be making as much money that we are making? Because this thing is very, very promising. It's very promising, but it's not as easy. So maybe there's a way you can help us out. Maybe for people in, let's say, cloud engineering or DevOps, I mean, what are the parts?
Okay. Okay, there's another question.
Okay, good day. Basically, I'm a designer and I do more of strategy and identity. So for me, how really can I work with where most times, okay, times I'm not designing, I'm working on strategy. Why is this logo pink? How should we feed how should we feed people that interact with the brand? So how can I work with that well? I don't know if you got my question.
Yes, I like your question. Okay, maybe I should just answer. I mean, this is an interactive session. So I'll take the design guy first. Yeah. So just like I said, I mentioned Juicebox DAO, right? So there's a guy in Juicebox DAO that does exactly what you're doing, right? And all he just did was he joined their Discord community. Okay, I didn't mention Discord community, so that was all you actually do. He joined their Discord community and then he just introduced himself about what he does, and he does project management. I think that's what he does, right? And they tried him for so they do this thing as well that they just give you a trial. What's it called? Like they just try you for some weeks. You still get paid though, right? But they'll just try you that okay, can this guy actually do this thing? And then once you pass your trial period, then they get you on board full time. So what you just do basically is just join the Discord community, tell them what you're doing. Yeah, go to their website, juicebox.xyz or juicebox.com. I wish we can see that here. And then you scroll to where their social links are posted, then join their Discord community, and then yeah, basically introduce yourself, tell them what you can do. But of course, you have to be very, very good at what you're doing. So you're not going there because you're meeting world class talents, not just ordinary talent. So yeah, of course, you have to be very good at what you're doing. So that's it. For the other guy that mentioned something about DevOps, I'm not so experienced in stuff like that, but I think you see the same process. So the goal is you're solving a problem. So the first thing to do is identify a problem, right? And then write a proposal. Yeah, I can do this. This is what I can do. And then they probably give you a trial period. And then once you're done with that, then they get you on board full time. That's it, basically. So next question. All right. Please, we need a microphone for that guy.
Please, can you talk more on how to build portfolio? Like you said, it is it's supposed to be more attractive, considering the fact that you want to compete with people outside the world, so that you will be able to be competent, to be able to withstand what they do. Like you mentioned the platform, I couldn't get it when you mentioned it. How to build portfolio?
Okay, let's start here. What do you do?
Um, I design, graphic design, UI
Designers are
UX.
here. Good. Okay. Yeah, I posted something on my Twitter not a few days ago that the best gift you can actually give your if you don't have a personal website yet, the best gift you can give yourself this year is to own a personal website. So now, how can you build a very solid portfolio? First, get a domain. That's a personal domain, right? And then just go to world class design websites. So there's one thing I use. I can't remember right now, but there's a website where you can see world class design. Design what? What did you call it? Not Beyonce. Forgot it. What? Not not dribble. Sorry. Not free pick. Sorry. Nah, not free pick. Not Canva. No, not Canva. Well, I would see you after that. I'll tell you. So if you can see, I think it's called godly, something godly site or something. Yeah, so you can see like really mind blowing portfolio that even if your recruiter is saying that, nah, he would give you that job. So yeah, basically have a website, design something very cool. You're a graphic designer, right? Just design something very nice, something interesting, have some animations, and then basically that's how you build a solid portfolio. So please get a website, a personal website. Thank you for that. Next question. Okay, they said that's all. All right. Just lastly, conclusion is while you're also making money from DAOs, I think it's the best place. You have a question? Oh, he said he has a question. It's actually the best place where you can connect with people. Like you can make friends. Now, CEO of Stripe said the internet is a big place where you can make friends, right? Now, DAO is another place where you can make as many friends as possible. So I have so many friends around the world. Yeah, so thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My question is for growth and marketers, people that are into growth, marketing, and projects or product management. How can you connect to get jobs in the Web3 space? Because I understand that for Web3 space, most of those product managers, I think they prefer to have people that are over there, or do they accept like Nigerians? And how can you be like qualified enough to get jobs?
Yeah, so I think if you're just so good at what you do, location should not actually be a disadvantaged. It's a disadvantage, right? So I think the best way to approach this is first, of course, build a solid portfolio, right? Very solid portfolio, and then identify your niche or your market, right? So if you're like me, that you're just targeting Web3 companies or communities, there are several ways you can, access these companies. So an example of where you can access them is Alchemy, right? So if you go to Alchemy Web3 store, you will see so many Web3 startups and basically reach out to their CEO, maybe on LinkedIn or Twitter, and then approach him with your very nice proposal, you know. And I think if you can challenge yourself, if you can write proposals about, let's say, 100 per week, I think definitely one would get back to you and, give you jobs. All right. Thank you so much for having me.